Love it or hate it, airplane food is one of the most fascinating and misunderstood parts of flying. Behind every tray of pasta or chicken curry is an entire global industry worth over $15 billion, operating 24/7 and serving nearly 1 billion passengers every year. But how do these meals actually get from a kitchen on the ground to your seat at 35,000 feet? Today we are going behind the scenes of airplane catering, the secrets, the logistic, and yes, even why your coffee tastes terrible in the sky. So please fasten your seatbelt, bring your seat on the upright position, open your window blind, and watch this video because we are about to take off. In the 1950s and 60s, flying was glamorous. Airlines like Pan Am, TWA, and BOAC treat meals like fine dining experiences. Picture lobster thermidor served on real china, carved roast beef in the oil, and endless champagne refills. In fact, Pan Am even had chefs on board some long-haul flights. Lufthansa once served caviar by spoonful in first class, and Singapore Airlines became famous for partnering with Michelin star chef tickets before it was trendy. But as more people began flying, airlines had to scale up, moving from onboard cooking to massive catering kitchens in the ground. Today, two names dominate the sky: LSG Sky Chefs and Gate Gourmet. LSG Sky Chefs, funded by Lufthansa, operates in over 200 airports worldwide, producing nearly 700 million meals every year. Gate Gourmet, part of Gate Group, served airlines from Emirates to American, running one of the largest food logistics networks in the world. Inside these kitchens, meals are cooked, chilled, sealed, and packed into trolleys. Everything is timed down to the minute because once the catering truck roll, they have to meet strict airport security checks before loading. For example, Frankfurt Airport LSG Sky Chefs produce up to 80,000 meals per day, a city-size operation running behind their runway. Here is the fun part: airplane food doesn't taste bad because chefs are lazy, it's because you can't taste it properly. At altitude, the cabin's dry air and lower pressure make your taste buds 30% less effective. Sweetness and saltiness fade, while dryness in your nose dulls aromas. Even your ears play a role. Constant engine noise can suppress flavors. That's why airlines add extra salt, spice, and umami to their dishes. For example, tomato juice is one of the most popular in-flight drinks because its rich umami flavor actually tastes better in the sky. Wine, in the other hand, tricky. A Bordeaux that tastes elegant on the ground may taste flat at cruising altitude. That's why airlines like Singapore Airlines hire master sommeliers to taste wines inside pressurized tasting rooms. Of course, not all airplane meals are created equal. In economy, meals are designed for efficiency and safety. Frozen or chilled dishes are reheated in convection ovens, portion size are carefully measured, and the cost per passenger is often less than $5 per meal. In business and first class, it's another world. Airlines partner with Michelin-starred chefs, Emirates with Houston Blumenthal, Singapore Airlines with Georges Blanc, and Qatar Airways with Nobu Matsuhisa. Some even offered onboard chefs. Etihad used to have a flying chef service in first class. The most extreme example, Emirates first class passenger on certain routes can order from a la carte menu of nearly 30 dishes paired with Dom Pérignon champagnes costing $250 a bottle. Turkish Airlines is also famous for its in-flight dining. They were one of the first airlines to introduce a flying chef program in business class, serving fresh meze, kebabs, and even baklava at 35,000 feet. It's one of the reasons Turkish Airlines consistently wins awards for having the best airline catering in Europe. Meanwhile, VIP private jets, guests can request anything from sushi flowing in from Tokyo to steak from a favorite butcher. And yes, Those meals are sometimes literally picked up the ground during fuel stops. If you are enjoying behind the scenes look at airline catering, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you are curious about more aviation secrets, check out my videos on how airline train their cabin crew for 5-star hospitality, or a big question: can aviation ever be sustainable? Let's keep continue. Then come to the special meals. Airlines must cater to every cultural, medical, and religious needs. Halal, kosher, Hindu, Jain meals, vegetarian, vegan, gluten-free, diabetic meals, even baby food and low-sodium options. And one more fun fact: pilots are not allowed to eat the same meal to reduce the risk of food poisoning. Yes, that means that captain might get a chicken while the first officer eats pasta. And if you think passengers make unusual requests, you're right. One private airline reported a request for a lobster thermidor with chocolate cake served at 4 in the morning. Here's the not so glamorous part: waste. Airlines generate nearly 6 million tons of cabin waste every year. A big chunk of that is leftover food and packaging. Most untouched food can't even be reused due to international safety regulations. Once it's loaded on an aircraft, it often has to be destroyed. But the industry is trying to adopt. Qantas launched a zero waste to landfill program, replacing plastic catering with compostable alternatives. Finnair began testing AI-powered meal planning, predicting demand more accurately to reduce food waste. Etihad has introduced edible coffee cups and biodegradable packaging. It's a huge challenge, but also one of the most exciting areas of innovation in airline hospitality. Before we wrap up, here are a few fun facts. Coffee really does taste worse on airplanes, so if you hate in-flight coffee, you are not alone. The most luxurious in-flight meal ever? Singapore Airlines once served a $500 lobster and caviar combo in first class. And finally, during the pandemic, some airlines like Thai Airways actually opened their catering kitchen to the public, so you can walk in and order airplane meals without the airplanes. So the next time you peel back the foil cover of your chicken or pasta, remember, it's not just a meal, it's a result of thousands of people, millions of dollars, and one of the most complex hospitality operations in the world. Airline catering is more than food, it's culture, science, and the taste of hospitality at high altitude. Thank you for watching until the end of the video. I really appreciate it. Every flight has a story and I'd love to hear yours. What's the most memorable in-flight meal you'd ever had? Share it in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey into airlines catering, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next aviation story. See you next time. Bye bye.